friends, it's so nice to see you here today. I'm Christiana Gaudet. I am live on my YouTube channel. I am your Tarot Fairy Godmother. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter Recap. Do you get the Tarot Topics newsletter in your inbox? If not, you can go right to my website, christianagaudet.com or tarotbychristiana.com. You can read this week's newsletter, you can read last week's newsletter, you can read all the newsletters, and you can also subscribe so you get the newsletter in your inbox every week. In the newsletter, we do a different topic each week, and then we do some tarot exercises or conversation around that topic. It also keeps you abreast of what's going on with StarCon and the classes that I teach and other special events that I have. For example, if you happen to be nearby in Palm Beach County or Martin County, or even Broward County if you want to make the drive, I will be guest teaching at the Jamar Enlightenment Center on Wednesday, March 16th. 6:30 to 8:30. You got to get your ticket from the Jamar Center. And this is a special thing. They do a monthly tarot workshop. It's usually taught by my good friend, Mary Ellen Collins. She's not able to teach it. She asked me to fill in for her, and I am super excited to do that. So if you'd like to take an in-person class with me this month, you could do that on March 16th at the Jamar Enlightenment Center. You could also do it on March 31st right here in my Palm City office. If you can't make it to Palm City, you can also take that class, which is a minor arcana class, on Zoom. So you want to learn more about those things I'm doing, you need the newsletter, Tarot Topics Weekly Newsletter, again, available on my website. So I'm very grateful to all of you for being here. And if you're watching in archive, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for watching the replay. I will not be able, of course, to answer any questions if you're not here live with me. But if you listen, you might hear some interesting questions and answers. What we do every Thursday is I want to do readings about the newsletter topic. And this week, our topic is waiting for happiness. I talked about destination addiction. Do you know what that is? It's I'll be happy when this happens, when I make this move, when I get this new job, when I heal from this illness, then I'll be happy. And it's good to have goals, and it's good to look to the future, and it's good to try to do things to make ourselves more happy. But you know what? At the end of the day, you really can't wait for happiness. Eleanor Roosevelt said something about happiness that I included in the newsletter. What she said is that happiness is not a goal. It's a byproduct of a life well lived. And I think that's really brilliant. I also think that when we talk about divination and tarot, a lot of times what we're looking at is what we can do to feel happier. And so that's what I want these questions to be about. And I can see those of you who are here, and I'm so happy to see all of you. I can see that you've already got some great ideas around questions about happiness. So I will be answering those questions in just a moment in the order that I see them. If you're trying to figure out what to ask, look at some of the questions that are here because we've got some great ones. So I do want to remind you, we have a free class here this evening available to everyone. It is a tarot keyword boot camp. We're going to be playing with tarot keywords wherever you are on your tarot journey. This class is going to help you understand the cards better and understand how to use keywords along with your intuition to do a tarot reading. So please do join us tonight. The link is already up here. It is 7 p.m. It is open to everybody. So tell your friends, share the link. You can take the link and share it in your group, share it on your pages. Let's get as many people as we can to this free class. If you go to the link, you can hit the button that says share. You can copy the link. You can share it on your Twitter. You can share it on your Facebook. Share it wherever. Ask people to join you at this class. We would love to see you and would love to see your friends. If you can't make it tonight, or if your friends can't make it tonight, the same link will take you to the replay. It's one of the things I love about YouTube. All right, let's get going with some readings. I will take these in the order in which I see them, but I especially want to shout out our members. You know who the members are because their names are in green. And I'll be honest with you, I did not promote the link to this live. I got a hella day today, in a good way. I shouldn't even say it that way because I really like to be busy doing readings. It's what I do. But I am really busy this day. So I didn't want to, I needed to keep this tight. And, you know, when I was doing this on Facebook, stopped doing it because of all of the trolls there. When I was doing this on Facebook, I would say, you know, I only have a limited amount of time. Here on YouTube, I really like, if you're waiting for your answer, especially if you're a member, I really like to get to everyone. So sometimes I will not publicize a link outside of YouTube to make sure that I can get to everyone who's here. So thank you all so much for being here, and a special big thank you to Wendy Milano for the super sticker. Really appreciate it, Wendy. Wendy is a member here, which means she makes a monthly commitment to this channel, and she's also supported this broadcast with a super sticker. I really, really appreciate that. Membership, super chats, and super stickers, these are all ways you can support this channel. You can also support this channel simply by hitting like. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell to get notifications. And you know what else you can do is share the link for this YouTube channel to people who you think might like it. If you're in a tarot group on social media, share this link. Get your friends not only to my broadcasts, but also to this channel. I would really appreciate that. All right, so here we go. We're talking about happiness and how happiness should not be delayed. All right, Jeannie Mnuchin, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Feeling down and out physically and emotionally today. I'm so sorry. It would help me find acceptance with the here and now if I knew that this is a part of a healing detox. So you're feeling fatigued, you're feeling lightheaded, and you're feeling vulnerable. And obviously, I'm not a doctor. I can't make a diagnosis. If you have questions about how you're feeling, it's good to take that to a doctor. But I will be happy to see what the cards say about that. When we look at what you're going through, feeling down and out physically, emotionally, fatigue, lightheaded, vulnerable, what is this? Is it a healing detox? Are you drinking enough water? I do wonder about that. You know, there's nothing I see here that makes me feel worried about your physical well-being. And what I'm thinking about here, because I know you've been doing some energy healing, and I'm thinking about the Reiki healing crisis, which I think is what you're talking about with that healing detox. So obviously, if it continues, definitely see your doctor and run it by your doctor. But I think it's a likely assumption, because you have been doing some very intense healing energy work, that this is that, you know, again, what they refer to in Reiki is the Reiki healing crisis. And this is what you're looking at. And what should you do about it? I would really, you know, I know you're under some deadlines and under some pressure. So you have to do what you have to do, but you don't have to do what you don't have to do. And just try to separate it out that way so you can give yourself some time to rest. And also, like, in the moments, like, what are the the things in the moment that make you feel happy. And this is good advice for everyone. So listen up, everyone. No matter what you're going through, whether you're ill, whether you're in grief, whether everything just sucks, there are certain things that make us feel happy. Now, I'm probably an extra large because one of the things that makes me feel happy is food. So I don't recommend that one, although it can be really effective in the moment. But what else? Can going for a walk make you feel better? Can listening to some music, particular music, make you feel better? I make happy playlists, and I put some energy into which songs in which order will make me feel best. I love to read. I do pleasure reading, just, silly novels. And if I take 15 minutes out of my day to read a silly novel, that is really a guilty pleasure for me. What are the guilty pleasures that will not hurt your health, but in fact help your health? And to think about those things. I had a hot stone massage the other day. Oh my gosh. I'd never done the hot stones before. Wow, that was really something. Not the cheapest guilty pleasure, but oh my, very, very good. So, those things. And I'm saying that to you, Jeannie, but that's good advice for everyone. Pamela's Insights. So nice to see you. Happy Thursday. And she makes it a pun since we're talking about happiness. Very good. I really try to stay positive in the moment and find happy in the moment. What do I need to do this better and apply this to bigger worries and concerns? Okay, so I'm going to work backwards. Regarding bigger worries and concerns, you have to divide it. Well, the first thing, I think that you and many of us can have a tendency with those bigger worries and concerns to sort of make those bigger worries and concerns somehow be a comment on us. This is going on, and that's because I screwed this up, or that's because I'm not good enough, or something like that. So the first thing you have to do is, if there's any self-judgment involved in it, take the self-judgment away first. Second, divide things into, the two piles. What are the things I can do something about? What are the things I can't do anything about? And most of us here are diviners. So that's where divination can come in. So the things I can't do anything about, what do I need to know about that? How can I adjust my thinking about that? What can I do adjacent to that? And the things I can do something about, well, what can I do? And that's where divination can be very, very helpful. All right. Betty Flesher, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using two of the members only emojis. I'm generally a happy person. I've noticed that about you. But sometimes I sweat the small stuff, you and me both. How do I stop doing that? I think it is a human thing to do this. And I think there is some part of us, and probably evolutionarily, it is a survival mechanism because, to survive in the wild, as we're programmed to do, hardwired, there is the constant scanning for danger. And so when there's no big thing going on, I think we will naturally gravitate to the small things as part of our survival mechanism. So don't shame yourself for it. It's a natural behavior. The thing is, once you sort of logically say, okay, this is a small thing, and does it really matter? And again, I think divination can be really helpful here. Does this really matter? How much does it matter? What can I do about it? What should I do about it? How do I let it go? Can I just let it go? And allow yourself the time and the energy to go through that process. I think what happens is you're like, well, this is a little thing. I shouldn't even be letting it bother me. And then you get in that tight little loop, but it is bothering me, but I shouldn't let it bother me, but it is bothering me, but I shouldn't let it bother me. And then it's bothering you a lot. And I don't think I'm just talking to you, Betty, here. I think I'm talking to a lot of people here. So try to break it out that way and maybe do some divination about it and recognize really that sweating the small stuff is probably an evolutionary holdover from when we lived in caves and we needed to sweat every little thing in order to survive. All right. Hey, Horace Van Dunn, so happy to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using one of the members only emojis. What can I do to further open to gratitude and happiness? And thank you for mentioning gratitude, because gratitude really is such a huge part of happiness, isn't it? So that's really great. What can you do to further open? Do you have animals in your house? If you have animals in your house, spend time with your animals. If you do not have animals in your house, do you want to? If you do not want to, then watch the animals outside. It may even be a spiritual thing, connecting to the animal spirits. But I feel like somehow bringing animals more into your life, and whatever that means, I'm all every which way here. Whatever that means, bringing animals into your life, I think is something that would be good, whether that be on a spiritual level. Maybe it's getting a picture or a painting or making a picture of a painting of animals. When we talk about working with animals or having animals, that could be anything from getting a kitten to spending time with your dog to watching the hawk to creating art or doing a meditation with animals or even working with an animal divination tool. So, something about animals. So nice to see all of you here. Jackie Masters, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. What area of my life is in darkness, and how can I shine a light on that area and begin the healing process? Wow, I love that question. That could be a tarot spread for everyone. You could just make a tarot spread from that. What area of your life is in darkness? You do not always nurture your inner child as well as you could or should. How do you shine a light on that? It might be really trying to look at childhood stuff and look at what is held over from childhood issues and trauma, and we all have it, that isn't serving you, and how do you let it go? Doing a reading about that too. So a very cognitive process. The other thing may be about engaging the playful inner child and doing playful things, doing creative things. What do you do that really makes you feel connected to your inner child? I know I feel connected to my inner child when I do sort of certain creative things, because I was encouraged to be very creative as a child. And when I go to the beach, I have an adult-sized tricycle. When I ride that, I feel very connected to my inner child. So, what are your versions of those things? I think that would be a good thing. Karen Winkle, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Can I get a message from my guides about being happy? I love that. Karen, your guides say, as when the sun shines, and I know where you live, the sun doesn't always shine, but every time the sun shines, you go outside and you stand in the sunbeam. That will help you, number one. Number two, when you're inside, light a candle. Number three, be patient. Number four, laugh a lot. Do those things. And congratulations on the new addition to your family. Sarah, I was just thinking yesterday how much we were missing you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a member. Sorry I've been MIA. Work has been nuts. We have missed you. We've noted that you haven't been here. So I'm happy to see you today. And I'm glad it wasn't anything more serious, but I'm sorry, work has been crazy. I have so been victim to destination addiction in the past. Feeling pretty good now, though. My burning question is, what's bringing me joy and happiness right now? What a great question. And, the answer is allowing yourself to be yourself and discovering what yourself is. Doing a good job. Even though work is crazy, you're doing a good job at it. And that is bringing you some happiness. And your own spiritual studies and explorations. All of these things. Wendy Milano, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. And thanks for the super sticker. So my question would be, how can I stop stressing to let all that goodness and abundance flow. And the answer that comes up in your cards that is a good answer for everyone is just breathe. Sometimes you just, because like we all breathe automatically, right? Autonomically. But if you bring your thought to the conscious breath, you can't be focusing on the breath and focusing on stress at the same time. So bring your thought to your conscious breath and just do some conscious breathing, and that really helps. Teresa Chase, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. And thanks for using one of the members only emojis. What focus would bring me the most happiness? Focus on letting go of stupid stuff in the present and in the past. Sorry, that was kind of mean. But I feel like you will sometimes I guess the expression is like lipstick on a pig, or actually the one I have, it's really just us here today. I don't usually use 4-letter words on this channel, but I'm going to say it, man. If you gift wrap shit, it's still shit. And I think sometimes you know, because you are a healer and you try to see the best in everyone and everything, and this is your positive nature. But I think you can have a tendency to try to heal something that really just is what it is when you're best to let it go. And to try to focus and see where in your life you're doing that would be really helpful. Nalini, nice to see you. Thanks so much for being here. I know all the things I desire for happiness, but major events keep affecting me from having the life I want. How can I find happiness in spite of all the circumstances? That, my friend, and thank you for using such great emojis. That, my friend, is the great question, because that's what we all have to do. Because if we wait for everything to be perfect to be happy, we might be waiting a long time. And so for you, the answer is to find happiness in the pursuit of happiness. The answer is to find happiness in the work you do. The answer is to find happiness in creativity. The answer is to find happiness in whatever moments are good, whatever makes you smile, whatever makes you laugh. Sometimes when I step outside and I just feel the sun, I'm like, ooh, it's a nice day. I'm in Florida, so I do that a lot. But just that moment, no matter what else is going on, it's like, ooh, that's nice. I think for you, Nalini, you find happiness in learning new things as well. So looking at just those moments. Amber A, nice to see you. Can I get a message from my guides about being happy? Most certainly. Yeah, you need to dance more. You need to listen to music more. You need to spend more time with friends. And you need to let go of the things from the past that you've been hanging on to. Hey, Gemini Sun, it's so nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. I practice mindfulness and gratitude to remain happy, but sometimes or often I get sucked back into that silly destination happiness and even feel guilty about it. Well, don't compound it with guilt, man. I firmly believe there is no place whatsoever for guilt or shame. Guilt and shame do not help anyone, because the people who would benefit from guilt and shame never feel it. And the people who do feel it don't need it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. How can I stop this cycle of getting sucked back into destination happiness and feeling guilty about it? I would say stop overthinking it. Seriously. Whatever you feel is what you feel. And if you feel it in the moment, then it's a valid feeling. Breathe and get on to the next best thought. And don't think too much about what you're thinking. Acknowledge, breathe, on to the next thought. Melissa Grosso, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being you have been a member here, and thanks for being here. What do my spirit guides want me to know about allowing more happiness and joy into my life? And it's so good to see you. And remember, Melissa, I'm coming to Connecticut May 26th through like June 5th. So I hope to see you. I'm hoping someone will have like a big Memorial Day barbecue with tarot readings. That's what I'm hoping for. Anyways, what do my spirit guides want me to know about allowing more happiness and joy into my life? Although we all have family trauma, you have a really good set of ancestors there and helping you. And diving into your ancestral wisdom, stories, and knowledge, going back generations, going back to, the homes of your ancestors, either physically or just learning about those things can really help you. Not overthinking and enjoying being outside, especially as spring is coming, and enjoying your good brain. You are really intelligent, you're a good problem solver, and you're a good communicator, enjoying those things about you. And now that we've got COVID somewhat managed, enjoying travel. All those things are really, really good for you. All right, Samantha. Samantha, so nice to see you. How can I be happy and I'm trying to understand the question. How can I be happy, Colin, and still say spiritual and within the realm? I'm looking at some typos and I'm having a hard time figuring it out, but I think I got it. I think you're looking at the healing where you have to sort of deal with what's been difficult and revisit some of that. The spiritual stuff and the mundane stuff, and sometimes just being happy in mundane stuff. Did I get it? And the answer is be present for everything and be grateful for everything. And don't stay stuck in any one thing, and don't judge yourself for whatever you're thinking or feeling in the moment. And think about things you enjoy doing and do those things. And it doesn't matter if it's the most mundane thing in the world. If you enjoy doing it, there's spiritual value to it. The mundane and the magical are really very connected. Let me know if I got the question right and if that answers it. Okay. Sarah, hashtag guilty pleasures. I wrote a self-love menu in my phone that lists all sorts of little things that make me happy when I'm feeling down. Going outside, reading a book, self-massage, stretching, etc. Yep. Charles Saddlemeyer, so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member here. Where should I focus my inner healing and how can I best heal this area? So nice to see you. Cheryl, I think there are things you enjoy and things you want to do and you dismiss them as silly. Or you dismiss them as don't have time for that or can't afford that. Look at the things you're dismissing and bring them back. That's what I would say. Horace Van Dun. So remember, it was all about animals for Horace Van Dun. Animals everywhere, doing watercolors of animals. I just got the Animal Oracle deck and 2 new kitties. Yeah, there you go. And Betty's going to save Jackie's question and use it for shadow work. We all should. Jenny Sue, nice to see you. My question, what will make me happier in life? Knowing that you are enough, knowing that you should have boundaries and having boundaries and keeping those boundaries, and envisioning. And this is not it's not destination. It's not destination envision. It's not destination addiction to envision wonderful things for yourself and know that wonderful things are possible. You could use some of that. Karen, patience, my patootie. Yeah. Wendy, so that answer was so simple. I was wondering if it was enough, but breathing is what you need. There you go. Okay. IT guy, nice to see you. Febborn. So we're talking about happiness here today. So I'm going to rephrase your question regarding decisions around happiness. Decisions coming up soon around happiness. And honestly, I see a decision to heal, perhaps a decision to change where you work or how you work, and a decision to better honor your inner child. And IT guy says, find happiness in the now, be here now. You know, which in a way, that's like a Ram Dass thing. And it's legit, but there are ways that it just doesn't go far enough. That was good when Ram Dass said it back in the, late 60s, early 70s. Now we need to build on it. Okay, Amber A, you got to find some friends. Definitely spend quality time with your kids, but find some friends. And Missy Me, we are doing questions about happiness. So I'm going to rephrase your question. What can you do to increase your happiness and your health going forward, or your happiness with your health? I think you can look toward some positive changes, but there are things you need to do, whether that's medical intervention or changes you need to make that happen. All right, my friends, I believe we've come to the end of the questions. If I accidentally missed you, please do reiterate, and I do apologize. I thank you all so much for being here. Join us for class tonight, wherever you are in your tarot journey, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The link is already up. Tarot Keywords Bootcamp. Even if you're entirely an intuitive reader and don't work with keywords, join us anyway. Even if you think you know all the keywords and don't need this, join us anyway. There will be things that help you. And Betty, off topic. My husband was watching you Saturday with me. He laughed out loud at your response to the troll. How do you sleep at night? You said very well, but not as good as before menopause. Well, because the point is, right? The troll was accusing me of being dishonest, of dishonesty. And so I wanted to answer as transparently and honestly as possible, because I feel like that's one of my trademarks is just being in integrity and being vulnerable and being myself and being real. That's why I come on here with no makeup, because it's just who I am. It's why I don't dye my hair. So the fact that, yes, that was a strategic answer, and I'm glad your husband really enjoyed it, because I enjoyed playing with that troll. Once in a while, man, I have my fun with the trolls. But that's why I'm here on YouTube instead of on Facebook, because there were too many trolls on Facebook. Although I've been thinking about going back on Facebook as well, not instead of, but as well, doing lives on Facebook as well. So let me know if that's something that interests you, if that's something you would enjoy. Anyway, thank you for being here. Please nurture happiness. You deserve happiness. It may only be in small moments, but that's good enough, because a lot of small moments make a good life. Join us for class. Spend some more moments with me today. Join us for class tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The link is already up. I'll look forward to seeing you there. Thank you all so very much for being here. Hope to see you soon.